Chris Nze, aka the ultimate wholesaler. I'm out here with my main man, Matt. Matt was one of my first people to actually close the deal. And I just want to let you guys know that this is real. It's not fake. And Matt, please, kind of elaborate if you can. Just say hi to everyone that might be looking to become wholesalers or close on their first deals.
Yeah, well, I mean, the first thing about it is, it's like Henry Ford says, and what he says is that whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. Right? And what does that mean? That means that you're the person who determines what you can actually do.
Exactly.
And the whole thing about it is, if you believe that you can do it, and you can do it, then you're not going to let things stand in your way, because life always happens, right? There's always going to be something that's going to happen. And the thing is, you have to work around that. So if you can't work around that, then you're going to have to figure out a way to work around it, because, regardless of whether you're sick, you still go to work, right?
Exactly.
Regardless of whether you go to vacation, you make sure you take that vacation day out from work, right?
Exactly.
So on and so forth. So you need to plan for what you're trying to do for your future, because otherwise, hey, it's fine. You can work your whole life. And don't get me wrong, you can even work doing this too. It's about what you want to do, because the thing is, once you solve the money problem, then what you have left is to live your life.
Mm-hmm. So tell me a little bit more about this deal and how it came about, and just so the people that are on their initial path starting out, like, what kind of things did you do to get yourself to this deal? And if you can, talk about the deal.
Yeah. Well, this particular deal was a deal that I partnered on. So I partnered up with another wholesaler. And then my buyer is an institutional buyer, but he's represented by, he's pretty much working with a real estate agent. So what ends up happening is that the math is like this. So you have the real estate agent who wants 3%. So that meant that we had to bump the price up a little bit more. But the thing that was good about it was the fact that his institutional buyer was fine with paying a little bit extra, because they're a darn institutional buyer and they're picking them up in volume.
Okay.
So bump the price up by 3%. Then the other wholesaler and I agreed to split the profits 50-50. So there was $6,000 in the deal. He had already factored that in. And Chris always stresses, to be very transparent. So you want to make sure that you can work with someone who you can trust with money. Right? Exactly. Because money brings out a lot of stuff in people. Whether it's good or bad, you have to know what it's going to bring out in a person. So the point being is that, so he and I split the 6,000. It was actually 6,400. I think it was 6,400, because I took home $3,200.
And from the start of this deal to the end,